Today's spooktacular spooky spot, we're having a look at the monster fighters from LEGO set 9463, the Werewolf. Now this is a cool set. This set is 243 pieces, includes 2 minifigures, including a fantastic, is that Teen Wolf? Is that Michael J. Fox down below? It might be. With his little wolf jewel, werewolf jewel. And then down here we've got Siegfried Marzipan. Siegfried Marzipan in his little roadster. That's not his name. That's going to be his name until I open up the box though. The front of the package pretty much shows everything that is included in this set. And even though in the Swamp Creature review I indicated that this was a tree, I don't even know anymore. But it's some really cool bats coming from the moon and forming around here. With this really neat font of the Monster Hunters. You can see a little hand here reaching out. He's reaching you in, almost like in those cartoons, those old cartoons, where the smell of something that's been cooked comes along and grabs somebody by the nose and pulls them over. I'm sure the only deliciousness that you're going to be smelling here is evil. And perhaps the werewolf. I'm sure he's not going to be smelling very nice. On the top of the package, that is the actual size of Michael J. Fox. Not only in Lego form, but in actual real life. That's the size of Michael J. He's a very short man. He's a very short man. And on the back, the fully constructed set of the werewolf. Werewolf is chasing young Marzipan. He's like, "Oh, I better be on my way." Taking the werewolf gemstone. Because if he doesn't, up at the top there, Dracula is totally taking all the stones. He's now robbed poor werewolf of his stone. Don't be in Dracula's way though, because apparently he has the power to hurl the moon. Hurl the moon. He's not really hurling the moon. He's just moving the moon, but it does look like he's hurling it via a giant catapult. And if Dracula can do that, the world is at an end. Oh, and also, the werewolf's claws appear to glow in the dark, which is a very cool feature. And then, of course, we can't forget the very awesome picture down below of all the monsters from Monster Incorporated, and then all the monster fighters. You can go to monsterfighters.lego.com. You wish to see this set, as well as the other sets released by the good folks at LEGO. What I am going to do is take a terrifying break, and if you can still stick around, if you can still stomach the rest of this review, well, when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the fully built werewolf set from LEGO. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. With help from the supplied manual for set 9463, the Wolfman, this set took spot roughly about half hour to build. This part right here actually took spot the longest of all the pieces to put together. We'll obviously get to looking at these individually. Let's first have a look, though, at the minifigures that come with this set. For starters, the actual monster fighter, we'll zoom all the way down. There he is right there, folks. He looks very cool indeed. He's definitely ready to fight some monsters. This is Major Quentin Steele. Him. Sporting a very cool mustache. Mustache slash beard. Kind of has a Sean Connery look to him. He's got some bullets there on his strap there. Some pockets. Is that teeth? Maybe just keys? I don't know. Back print. Sorry about that. That was Spot's phone. Where was I? There's the back print of Quentin Steele. You can take the hat off, and actually, he has no alternate face. Not really a big deal, because I guess his hat wouldn't have covered it anyways. You would have seen both faces on his head. There's Quentin Steele. He does come with a very cool gun, this very large elephant-style gun. Quite large, very primitive, but good for slaying werewolves. Bless me. Sorry, I really thought I was having my allergies to werewolves treated, but I guess it's still there. There is his gun. It is very large in his hand, though. Obviously, it makes the figure extremely heavy. He just, falls over. But there you have Major Quentin Steele. Moving along to Spot's favorite minifigure from this set, and really his favorite minifigure of all the Monster Fighter sets have been released. I think I even like him more than Dracula. Lord Vampire, whatever his name is. You can see he's got some glow-in-the-dark claws. They're actually the same claws that were used for Wolverine, if anybody had the Wolverine Deadpool Chopper set. I really like the head. It actually it's its own head. It doesn't go over top of a minifigure head or anything like that. It doesn't rotate, obviously, because all of this is much larger. You won't be able to turn the head. But very nice indeed. Kind of got a ripped flannel shirt, some suspenders, some pants. I jokingly said it was Michael J. Fox, but maybe it's that guy from The Bounty. It's the Bounty guy. Look at it. See? He's wearing his outfit. Maybe a werewolf got to him. He's out there chopping trees, selling paper towels. Some werewolf got him. But I love this minifigure. Definitely one of my favorites. That is the minifigures aside. Let's move the camera out here. And let's actually have a look at the things that we had to build in this set. For starters, we have Quentin Steele's roadster, dragster vehicle. Looking at this, it reminds me of Captain Nemo. Was it Captain Nemo in... what was that movie? The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's what it was. Obviously, his car was much longer, but it kind of has that same real retro look to it. He's got, for some reason, a statue of a frog on the front, which is actually the same frog that was used in the Swamp Monster set. Really nice large back tires. All the tires roll really, really well. They have now, they've used the pistols from some of the minifigures, and they've used it as, I guess, exhaust ports on the front, where the motor would be on the car. You wouldn't want to take these out and use them, but in Lego fashion, you do get an extra one. So if you want to give that to Quentin Steele, you could do that. You could do that if you want, like so. Put Quentin Steele into his car. Don't be ridiculous, Quentin Steele. You're never going to be able to drive that car while holding a gun. Yeah, try to tell him that. I love this car, though. It's small. Really didn't take much to put together, but a really neat looking car. Love it. That then brings us to this abomination right here. It was one of those sets when Spot was putting it together. Spot, for the life of me, could not figure out what I was doing. I put it together, I kept adding pieces. Have you been there? You've been there as well. You're putting together Lego sets, and sometimes you just can't figure out where this set is going to go. You say to yourself, you scratch your head and you go, what am I building? I guess this would be the Werewolf Temple. There are some bones on the side here. Let's zoom into that. There's some bones on the side that you could give the werewolf if you wanted to. There are some, I guess, teeth or claws there as well. There's the moonstone, present with the werewolf logo on the front. This would be the orange moonstone. And the orange moonstone gives you superhuman strength and speed. Which I guess that's where the werewolf gets all his abilities from, his immense strength and speed. Looking out from it, you can see that there are some leaved branches, some vines kind of hanging down. Vines and leaves and stuff up at the top there. As I built the back of it, again, I just could not figure out what I was doing and where this was going to go. There are all these little movable pieces here, as you can see. And again, just could not figure out for the life of me what it was. Until I got to the very end and I'm like, oh, okay, that's where they're going with it. what you can do is take the werewolf, you can stand him right there, and that's him at the top of his werewolf perch, if you will. It works even better spot when he actually stays in place while you're telling the story. No, see, he's going to fall off. Because there is no place to actually peg him, and the reason for it is you're going to press this button right here. This button will raise this platform, and, oh, there he goes again. It's going to raise the platform, it's going to separate these pieces out, and you're going to end up knocking the werewolf flying. So press the button here, and as you can see, it flipped the werewolf out, it flipped these front pieces of the, do we assume this is a temple or just a giant tree? It opens these pieces out as well, and this whole apparatus flips forward. Now, if you would imagine this to be the werewolf's lair, I don't think he would set up such an obvious trap where it would work on him as well, but apparently it does. Not really a fan of this tree thing going on here. Not really a fan. It's neat. I think I really like the roadster of the two things that were built in this set. But I really, really like... Excuse me, I just had to pick up the werewolf. I really like the minifigures that came with this set, especially this guy right here. I don't know if we're ever going to get a re-release of this guy, but for him alone, and really for Quentin Steele and the Roadster, I definitely think this is one of my favorite sets so far from the Monster Fighters. I mean, I like the vampire sets and stuff like that as well, but I really like the werewolf here. For that reason, I'm going to give this set, and more importantly, really this minifigure, this set, 9463, I'm going to give a very terrifying 7.5. Ooh, right there, 7.5. Today's spooky spot, though, bringing in the box, we're having a look at LEGO Monster Fighters set 9463, The Werewolf. Thanks for watching as you always do, guys. Don't go anywhere, by all means, because there are still more spooky spots coming your way. And I'll see you guys next time. Woo!